bacon was there.
I was gonna say lingering bacon.
Lingering bacon, that's right.
Trust your dog.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Wait a minute, she says there's data here. Where is it coming from? Hold on, there's odor all over the ground. Ooh. See that? And Cindy started to step in, but it's kind of clear she didn't quite have a moment of realization. She just noticed, right? Where that's coming from. So, part of me, because I saw that, I'm stepping into flank right away because I want her to get more information. I want her to, because that back door is opening and closing, just pulling odor every time. I'm standing here to flank because I want her to have that information, a little bit more information. She's noticing what's skating across this slick floor. Do you see? It's like a hammerhead shark on the bottom of the ocean. She's like, go and see. That's all odor interest. All right. What she's doing now, it's not like she could be tracking the other dogs also a little bit with it, but I think she's working odor because I've known this dog for a little while, and I know that she does have odor obedience. We might think she's shopping on the ground for whatever, but I think she's collecting odor molecules. Because the floor is very slick and whatever's traveling out is moving along the floor. So all that data gathering on the ground gives her part of the scent picture, but it doesn't do much to help her solve it, does it? But it gives her part of the scent picture. She can put that together with other data she gathers in order to solve. But she's got to gather data, additional data. Cindy's like, should I reward that? I'm like, not quite. She's basically telling you about trapping right now, right? And in a trial, that's going to be a false alert, isn't it? So I don't want her to tell you about the trapping. So when your dog looks at you in the middle of a search that we're doing trapping odor in, don't say anything. If you acknowledge the trapping, you're bringing importance to it. And I don't want them to think it's important to you, okay? Because they'll continue to tell you about it in a blind search, right? So don't respond if they tell you about trapping. But inside you're going, oh, she's letting me know, right? All right. Now you're gonna step over.
That she made a
Yeah, go ahead,
decision.
step over. And we're both gonna step over. Good girl. And the reason why I didn't have her pay is because Chewy left it, all right? I want Chewy to know that she's got to be the one to be at the solve. She has to arrive in order for reinforcement to appear. She doesn't have to do a behavior, but she does need to arrive at source. So she had kind of arrived there. We could have stepped in then, but before we stepped in, she left it. So I want her to know that she has to arrive and then now go. Go to source first. Good girl. There you go. Hold it up here each time. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Come on. Another. And there she's staring right at it, right? Okay. Take some steps away. I'm going to walk straight through there, stir that up a little bit. She didn't have a full-on moment of realization like Barkley, right? Because Barkley was up in the chair right at it. So part of her is going back to it after we were rewarded going, holy cow, it was right there. Step in, slowly. Good. You're letting her know, I see that you have this strong interest, and so I'm going to support that. So just step in another step. And just keep stepping in. Don't be worried. Stepping in can pull your dog off the problem sometimes. But it also, at this stage in your training, I want the dog to know, look, I'm supporting what I'm seeing in you right now. Doesn't mean I'm about to pay you necessarily, but I'm supporting what you're doing. And just keep working, because I'm right here with you, right? So early on in a dog's development, right, when they're first coming off pairing, I don't want the handler stepping in too soon before they finish. Because you interrupt the sourcing, and I want them to figure out how to source. But at this stage, we start stepping in for support.
That's what gets me every time.
Right, but you don't wanna do anything about it, right? Because that's a false alert. So in training, when she does it, just don't respond to it, right? We're just standing. So the moment I'm gonna pick, and she's trying to see if you're gonna come in and pay. Cause she's like, I have a lot of this data, but I'm not quite sure what I need to do about it. Do nothing. This is why we wanna know where the hides are in training, right? Because we can help develop a dog's understanding. Our action and our inaction explain